Hello, good afternoon. It's George once again. How are you doing? I'm a life coach, personal development coach at Vula Unlock Consulting, where we make your dreams come true. We coach people who want to be better than themselves. Okay? So yesterday, I promised you a masterclass on self-image. And so today, we're going to talk self-image and what it entails. All right? Okay, so what do you think of yourself? What image of you do you hold in your mind? Do you like yourself? Do you loathe the person you see in the mirror? What do you think of yourself? You see, our self-image controls the way we look, the way we talk, the way we relate with people, the way we pursue our dreams, our goals, everything. It's so integral, it affects everything around us, about us. So if you have a negative image of yourself, most likely your results are negative results. If you have a limited image of yourself, it leads to limited results. But if you have a positive image of yourself, that leads to positive results. Okay? So often we are not aware of our self-image. One famous man said, self-image sets the boundaries of individual accomplishment. And I want to say that again. Self-image sets the boundaries of individual accomplishment. You see, way back in 1903, an author by the name James Allen, he wrote a book called As a Man Thinketh. For those of you who are biblically inclined, you will know that as a man thinketh comes from Proverbs. But what James Allen was saying was that in his own thought world, each man holds the key to every condition, good or bad, that enters into his life. And that by working patiently and intelligently upon his thoughts, he may remake his life and transform his circumstances. He may remake his life and transform his circumstances. I love that. I love that. So you see, you become what you think about all day. Our self-image, strongly held, essentially determines what we become. You see, self-image is the key to human personality and human behavior. You change your self-image, you change your personality and your behavior. Strongly held self-image internally shows on the outside in the results that you achieve. You see, a human being always acts and feels and performs in accordance with what he imagines to be true about himself and his environment. He acts and behaves in accordance with what he believes to be true of himself and his environment. That's very powerful. What do you believe about yourself? What do you think of yourself? See, the goal of our masterclass today is to inspire you to write a new script of you, a new you with a new image, to debunk those negative thoughts that are in your subconscious mind and are holding you back, so you can become that person you've always wanted to be, positive in thought and deed. You see, we all have within us a control mechanism which dictates how far we go and what we achieve. It is the thoughts that we carry, which we must change if we were to script a new you. The new you must change the thoughts they carry. So what do you want to be? What career do you want to pursue? How successful do you want to be? What's holding you back? It's most likely your self-image that's holding you back. You see, we want you to think of yourself as the star, not support cast. We want you to think of yourself as the star, the main actor in your own movie, not an extra. Your life is your movie. So you're the star. You're not an extra. And you can achieve that by doing what James Allen said, intelligently and patiently reformulating yourself and become that person you've always wanted to be. You see, there will always be naysayers, negative people who will discourage you, always seeking to make you feel small. Ignore them and focus on you, because the picture you hold inside of you definitely shows up on the outside. Hear that? The picture you hold of yourself on the inside shows up on the outside in the results that you are producing. So what picture do you want to hold inside? So you will ask, so how is this self-image formed? How have I become so negative in my thoughts? You see, it is mostly a product of learning. On the one hand, genetically, you will have inherited some attributes. But from day one, you may be 40 now, 30, I don't know. From day one, information was fed into you by friends, parents, teachers, colleagues, whoever, caregivers. And our experiences with these people helped to form the image that we have today. So if, as a child, you were ridiculed, abused, always being talked about in the negative, your self-image is very low. Conversely, if you were affirmed and you were blessed at a place where you were recognized for the good things that you did, you have a self-confidence that is high. And so if you're a teacher or somebody in authority watching this program, you need to know that whatever you say to your pupils, to your students, holds a lot of power. It sticks in their minds. Years later, they will believe they are who you describe them to be. And if you're a parent listening, affirm your children all the time. Recognize the good they're doing. Hug them when it's necessary. because you want to develop people with a positive attitude in life, who believe in themselves with a positive self-image, and who will do well because inside they know who they are. They understand who they are. Now, this is called your paradigm. Remember last week we talked about the paradigm. Because all this information that was fed into you by the teachers, by the parents, etc., goes into your subconscious mind. And as we said the other day, your subconscious mind controls about 96, 97% of your habitual behavior. And therefore you are that person because of your habitual behavior. It's a multitude of habits. That's your paradigm. But the good news is that you can change it. By consistent effort, you can become a new person. It's your choice. And I'm urging you today that analyze and decide that 2020, I'm a new person. No longer will I give in to the naysayers. No longer will I feel negative of myself. No longer will I become inferior in my mind. I am somebody. Now, way back in the 50s, 60s, there was a reverend in the States who wrote a poem to try and encourage his people. I am somebody, and the universe is mine. Because you are special. There's nobody in this whole world who has got your qualities. Nobody. You, my friend, are the only person who's got what you've got. There's billions of people on this earth, and you are one individual who nobody can copy. Nobody. So why do you have a low self-image? Why do you have a low self-image? You see, positive people, as I said earlier, are confident about themselves. They understand themselves. They know their strength. They know their weaknesses. They understand their spirituality. They understand the dynamics of their personality. They have a good opinion of themselves. And when you have that good opinion of yourself, you will do well. Guaranteed. And you see, when I say you'll be successful, you'll do well, most people's minds go straight to money. No. Remember what we said the other day, that success is the progressive realization of worthy goals. Progressive realization of worthy goals. It doesn't matter what the goal is. But if you progressively are going for it and achieving results on the way, you are successful. So when I say successful people do well, I mean exactly that. Are you successful as a parent? Are you successful as a school teacher? Are you successful as a footballer? Are you successful as a poet? Whatever you are, that's special to you. And that success comes from within. So, how do I build this self-image? We hear you talk about self-image. How do I build this self-image? Okay. So, if you don't like the results coming your way, you can change your self-image. But you must remember that it took you years and years to be where you are today. I don't know how old you are, but it's years. So to change that, you're not going to do it overnight. But hey, you don't have to wait the number of years that you took. And in fact, actually, science says to form and embed a very strong new habit, it's 3 cycles of 21 days, 63 days. If you focus on it, work on it, 63 days, you're a new person in terms of that. But you got to reinforce it. You got to give yourself affirmations. You got to tell yourself that you are that special person who you know you are. So, consciously and deliberately choose the person you want to be. What do I really want to be like? What qualities do I want to develop? So let's say, for instance, you want to be someone who always looks sharp, dresses well, is courteous, listens more than he talks, listens to understand, not to jump in and say something. If you want to be that person, sit down in a quiet spot and choose the people you want to model yourself around. You only need to choose particular aspects of them. You don't have to choose to be somebody else. So you can't do that. Whatever aspects that you need. I want politeness. I want to be courteous. I want to be good at speaking. I want to be whatever it is. Write it down. Write it down in the present tense. I want you to emphasize that. I want to emphasize that. So, the example I've given you about being smart, courteous, is your statement is, I am smart. I am courteous. I listen to people to understand. And you do it over and over and over and over and over. You've got to do this over and over. Why? Because you're embedding that into your subconscious. Remember we said there's a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is where your intellect resides. Your 5 senses, sight, smell, etc. That's where they reside. But you want to embed this into your subconscious mind so that it becomes habitual. You don't have to think about being positive. It is you. It has become you. So, start to see yourself as that person. Relax. Close your eyes. This is called imagined reality. Imagined reality. As if it's what the actors use. Techniques. They become that character. So you sit there, that's the new person that you are. Believe that you are, and do it with feeling, eh? It's not an intellectual exercise, this one. This is, you're embedding this. And you're doing it a few times a day. Before going to bed at night, first thing in the morning, as you drive to work. Live the life you want to live. Write it down. And you know what? Kiss yourself in the morning. Appreciate yourself. Don't let naysayers give you a bad name. You, my friend, are the actor. You are the star in your movie. And be that. So, what are the other things that you can do apart from imagined reality? Well, first thing is write down what you appreciate about yourself. You'll be amazed at the number of people who never talk about positive about themselves. There's nobody in this world who doesn't have a positive trait. Write down yours. Write down your positive traits. What is that? What are you good at? What do people say about you? Write it down. Connect and spend time with supportive people. I know that one of the most negative things on self-image is being around negative people who are always complaining, who are always... Move away from those people. Spend most of your time with people who support you, people who see you as you, who value you, who respect you. Spend time with those because you're moving on a journey to love yourself and to be that person you've always wanted to be. Okay? Get enough sleep. Reduce stress. Avoid depression. But do things you enjoy doing, Do them. You're going on holiday now. So take time to do what you like. What do you want to do? Play a bit of soccer, if you remember. Go swimming. Do something that you like. Okay? But what I find one of the most important things, and I say this because I think it's one of the most important things that anyone can experience. And this is do something nice for other people. Because all too often, the attention is on yourself. It's me. I'm this bad person. I'm this good person. I'm this. But you know, if you take time to look around you, give somebody a hug, pay a compliment where it's due, help somebody who needs food, do something positive for somebody. Let me tell you, it makes you feel good inside. And you're building that person who you want to be. You care about other people. There's no medicine that beats that. Do something for other people. You are on your journey to being this person that you want to be. You're building that self-image to be this person you wanted to be. So, the image that is fixed in your subconscious mind is how the rest of the world will see you. No one can create a self-image of you except you. And so, my friends, you have a task in 2020, but I know you can do it. To be that person you've always wanted to be. Be the person you wanted to be. Be that person. Work at it. Grow your confidence. Get in touch with people you respect. Get in touch with people who support you. Give yourself a time to become the person you've always wanted to be. All right, my friends. I hope this discussion on self-image has been useful for you. And as I always say, listen, if you want to talk to us, find out how we can do this, get hold of us at Vula Unlock Consulting. We'll be more than happy to sit down and share ideas with you. And you can get me on WhatsApp. And if you like this video, share it with friends. Okay. And above all, hi guys, have a good holiday. Travel safe. Look after yourselves and be good. All right. Stay positive, as I say. Stay positive and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Bye-bye now.